Welcome back to Satisfactory Project Nuclear Overdrive. I wonder how crazy I can get with that. We'll find out eventually. Maybe the last episode I just go absolutely insane with that. But today is the day to do Ficsite Ingots and Ficsite Trigons. How exciting. What a joy. We just need these two machines. Last episode we did the Reanimated SAM, which is exactly what we're going to need for Ficsite Ingots. We're already producing all of the aluminum ingots over in that building right there. We just got to grab it from there and bring it over here. Super easy, super simple. This won't take very long. It's actually going to take longer for me to set up the machines because it takes 100 SAM fluctuators every time I build this. And it takes forever to get them back, so I can only build 5 at a time because I can only carry 500 in my dimensional depot, which is really annoying. So then I have to build 50 of these, so it's going to take me 10 different shots of doing this. So just to give you, I'll just put down the signs here so that you know what we're doing here. I need 50 of these. I need 50. Yeah. That's how many I need. That is going to require 3,000 Reanimated SAM. And it's going to require 6,000 aluminum ingots. I have exactly that. And we're going to produce 1,500 Ficsite Ingots, which is pretty good. And then we're going to take all those Ficsite Ingots and do the only thing we can possibly do, and that is make Ficsite Trigons. And so, with 1,500 Ficsite Ingots being produced, we are going to need 150 constructors because each of these take 10 per minute. So 150, pretty simple, pretty easy. We're going to be making 4,500 Ficsite Trigons per minute, which is insane. That is insane. And that's all we're doing for this episode. So that is pretty easy. I'm going to put it all up here because I can fit it all up here. So might as well. And yeah, just going to expand this building. And I will complete this building this episode because we will actually have this building completed after we build this. Because the next episode will probably work over here. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah, I'll work on this, and I'll basically set this all up. Set up all the logistics. Because we're going to have 5 different Mark 6 belts of aluminum flying in here. We're going to have 3 different belts of Reanimated SAM flying into this alone. And then we're going to have 2 separate belts of Ficsite Ingots flying into these. That'll be fun. So, yeah, let me do that. I'll be back in just a little bit. Alrighty, I got the machines all set up. We got 50 converters all in sequence here. So we got sets of 5 in a row, and then basically we color coded them by 10, so 5 in 2 rows. We got it gives us 300, so that's 10 times 30. Pretty simple there. And then we can take that and do this with the constructors. It's just, these are rows of 30. So each of these take 10, so the math checks out. We just need 5 different lines of that. I could have put 4 of these lines on one, but I think it'd just be better if each line had less machines to go to, so each line just has 30 machines to go to, and that's how it works. I did have to expand the building just a little bit, but it's not a big deal because we actually had the space for that, so it worked out just fine. So yeah, there's a lot of Ficsite Trigons going down this way. It's going to be insane. It's going to be cool. I'm going to like it. So we do have everything ready to connect up. I connected all of the Reanimated SAM from below. We got a 600 line and 1200 line, and then the other 1200 line is that one right there. Pretty simple to show that, so we can just go down here. And that's all it is. That's really all it is. Just that line is the 600 line. Those two are the 1200 lines. And then I can also showcase the aluminum. We produce so much aluminum that this was pretty simple. So I got 5 different lines of 1200. Each of these smelter lines is 1200 here. So we got 3 up top, 2 on the bottom. Just send them all to the same area. We're ready to go. That's basically all it is. And then I color coded everything according to the color of the belts here. So this first line here, everything is color coded purple. And that's how that works. And so on and so forth. So the last one is going to be black and red. And that's what it is. So we can connect up our Reanimated SAM. So we might as well do that. Let that start filling up because it's actually filling up in reverse order that the aluminum would be filling up in. So that's completely fine. And then we'll just take this one and connect it there. And we'll take this one and connect it there. So all the SAM is connected. We should be seeing them popping in. They are. That's great. Before I do anything else, I'm going to let the autosave happen because otherwise we're going to have problems. Alrighty, the autosave happened, and now we can connect up our aluminum, and it'll fill this side first, and then, yeah, it'll be fine. So we can just connect all of these, and you'll see that they're flying now. And there we go. All of the aluminum is connected. We might not see a whole lot of these kick on right away, but we should see the red line kicking on. And they are. Perfect. The red line is immediately active, which is great. Except we gotta wait for the aluminum to get down to the other side. So yeah, we're just gonna eventually see everything come together. But we can see the Ficsite ingots are starting to get produced. And we'll start seeing them fill up. Each of these lines will carry 300. I use Mark 5 belts just because it's easier. I don't like using Mark 4 belts because that's using encased industrial beams, and I have to use encased industrial beams for my ceiling lights, and I'll run out of encased industrial beams if I do that all the time. So it's just easier to use Mark 5 because I don't need as many aluminum sheets. But here we go. We're making some Trigons now. And these are really noisy. Holy moly. I never realized how noisy they were. But okay, yeah, that's basically all there is to this. It's really simple. We just gotta wait till everything builds up until it goes down to the end. It's gonna take a lot of resources, but we have it. We can do it. But it is pretty cool seeing all of the Ficsite come along. So yeah, it's nice to actually see this active and running and good to go. So if we come down to the end here, I did put in the pipes here so that I wouldn't have a problem with them. And this is the dark matter residue, if you remember. So we'll take this dark matter residue and use it over in one of these 2 buildings over here. I still got these 2 areas left. So it's not a big deal, but yeah, we can see that the Ficsite Trigons are already filling up, which is completely fine. We're ready for this whenever as well, because this is going to be one of the last steps as well. This is like Ficsonium fuel rods, I believe. We need all of these Ficsite Trigons for that, which is crazy. And the dark matter residue is also for the Ficsonium, or no, it's for the Ficsonium. Not the fuel rod, but the Ficsonium itself is the dark matter residue. And what's crazy is the Ficsonium fuel rod produces a byproduct of dark matter residue, which we have to cycle back into the Ficsonium to make more Ficsonium fuel rod to cycle back into the Ficsonium. It's crazy. But yeah, this wasn't too bad. I mean, everything's gonna start filling up, and then we'll see everything shut off when it's all full. But it's gonna take some time, which is just the way it is. It's just gonna take some time. So, yeah. let this produce over time, and we should be good to go. But yeah, we're sitting pretty good, actually. We got this done. Didn't take too long either, so that's nice. But yeah, there we go. The only thing I really got to do now is decorate this building. There isn't a whole lot left to do on this, so this building just needs to look better, and we're good to go from there. So we got 3 levels to decorate, which isn't too bad because I can probably just use a blueprint for a wall of some sort. They're all 10 meters high as well. So we could figure out one together, I guess, like a mesh wall. Nah, we already got that. Don't want anything super expensive. The purple wall is already that building there, so we don't want to do that. Let's see. What else do I got? I could do a chain, but that's a lot of chains that I'd have to do. That would be pretty cool, but it's 80 rods every time you place one down, and I would just eat up all the rods that I have, so that wouldn't be fun. What's this? It's not bad, but I'm pretty sure it's a different building that we already have. I might just have to make a new one. I'll figure it out, I guess. Oh, that one's kind of cool. But it does take a lot of steel beams to make. So, but I do have a steel beam production currently, so this would be fine. Yeah, why don't we do this? I think this would be cool. Here, I'll kind of show you. Let's build one vertically, or let's just build one face of the wall. Dang it. But I do kind of like this wall. There we go. Then we'll do the same thing here. And then, of course, that's not going to work. I gotta load the blueprint and get a singular section, I guess. But just to give you an idea, that's kind of what we'd look at. Which I think would actually look pretty good here. I like that. Alright, that's probably what I'm going to do then. So I'm going to decorate this building using this. We'll paint the outside. I don't know what color I want to do. Would red look good? No, it would not. We already got purple. That pink would look terrible. And then we already got that there. That's already there. Jeez. It might actually... Huh, what about orange? No, no, no. Yellow? No. I don't know. Black is... This would just be way too much black. White. I already have a white building right there. I want something that's different. Copper might be okay. And the nearest copper building is way over there and you can't even see it. So this might work. A copper look. Yeah, because over there is... You can't even see the copper on there anyway, so... Yeah, I think I'll go copper. A copper finish. Let's try it. Let's get an example here. Not too shabby. Yeah, we'll go with that. So let me decorate the entire building to look like this, and I'll be right back and show you the final result. Well, it's done all the way around. That burned basically my entire supply of steel beams, which is fine because I'm now making more again. Yeah, that leg every time I fall out of electrical zone. I think it's a bug in the game, so don't mind it. It's fine. It's fine. So I think we'll put the entrance here, maybe. Just something simple. At least an official entrance, we should say. If you can call it that. We could just do a gate hole or something. That'd be fine. And then carbon steel. Beautiful. Yeah, that works. Whatever. So the official entrance is here. And this is what it looks like from the inside. Wow, those are pretty bright. Not gonna lie. And then we got the elevator right here. Ready to go up to any floor. Yep, that's it. That's all there is for this one. So, that's pretty cool. We got it done. Autosave takes forever too. Gotta love having a huge world. So, let me open up my spreadsheet here. Yeah, so today's episode wasn't too bad. It was just large quantities of constructors, 150 to be exact, and 50 converters. So other than that, wasn't too bad. The numbers were all super nice, so can't go wrong with that. Next episode, we got a couple things we got to worry about. And here's the thing is we need a couple particle accelerators. And then we also need converters. We're going to be using some of these massive buildings here in the next episode. So first thing we want to do is the cloudy diamonds. Now that is pretty cool. That's a lot of resources that we have to put together and send to these particle accelerators. And then we'll take the diamonds and we'll make the only thing we can make with that, and that is time crystals. So, as simple as that. And then the time crystals, we'll use that, and we'll actually use some of the dark matter residue finally. We're going to do the dark matter trap, which is time crystals and dark matter residue, to make a bunch of dark matter crystals. That's what we're doing in the next episode. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, this is one insanely large building. It's not tall, but it's large. Like, if we look at the footprint. Oh, my map's not working. It's fine. Maybe if I do that, it'll work. Who knows? Maybe. Oh, things are coming in. There we go. There we go. It's rebuilding. Alright, yeah, we're rebuilding. That's good. There's just so much for it to build. It's probably struggling when it has to. Alrighty, there we go. Do the next layer, please. Because literally building from the ground up. I mean, you can kind of see the outline here. There it is. There's the outline. There we go. There's the layer. That's how big our building is. Which we did utilize basically all the space, which is crazy to think about. We utilized everything we could, which is great. I wanted to do exactly that. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the end of this episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next episode.